Sometimes I get emails from people who just want to share something weird that happened to them. They're not asking to be believed, they just need to get it off their chest, maybe. This email came from a guy named Mark. He stayed one night at what's been called the most haunted hotel in the country, a place with a long, violent history. He didn't go there as a believer. In fact, he thought the whole thing was funny, but by the end of the night, something changed. This is what he wrote me, word for word. I stayed at a supposedly haunted hotel last October. I picked room 209 on purpose, the one where the murder-suicide happened back in 1925. The story goes like this. A traveling salesman checked in with his wife and found out she was having an affair with a piano player that worked the lounge. He shot them both, then slit his own wrists in the bathtub. They didn't find the bodies for 2 days. Room 209 was closed for many months. Staff have reported things ever since. Faucets turning on, chairs moving, whispers, handprints on the mirror. But it's not just that room. The hotel's got stories going back over 100 years. At 4:30 that afternoon, I did the hotel's ghost tour. Maybe 10 of us, plus the guide. She was this older woman in her 60s. Real deadpan, serious tone. You could tell she wasn't playing it up for the laughs. She said the hotel was built in 1903 on top of an old foundation that used to be a jail. Some believe energy from those executions, hangings mostly, leaked into the structure. She told us about a little girl named Eleanor, age 6, who supposedly drowned in a laundry chute in 1912. Guests still report hearing her giggle and roll marbles across the floor. Sometimes they find a marble on their pillows. Then there's the man with the burnt face, seen walking down the 3rd floor hallway at exactly 2:11 a.m. No one knows who he was. She said room 209 is the most active, though. After the tour, I got a little curious and went back up to my room. I'd brought some of those little motion-sensitive cat balls you see in the ghost hunting videos. I set them up, one in the bathroom, 2 near the foot of the bed, and 1 by the closet. Then I just sat. Room felt colder than it should have, though. Heater was blowing, but the temperature never changed. I wasn't scared exactly, just unsettled. The air had some weight to it. It felt thick. I ordered a sandwich and flipped on the TV around 8. I heard the first noise, a small knock. 3 taps on the wall behind the bed. Not loud, not threatening, but spaced out like someone wanted me to notice. I checked the hallway. It was empty. Checked the camera I'd set up. Nothing. Just me pacing. The weirdest thing wasn't the sounds, though. It was how fast things started to feel wrong. Not dangerous. Just like the room didn't want me to be comfortable. At about 12 o'clock, the bathroom cat ball lit up. No movement. I was sitting in bed, both feet up. No airflow. Just blinked twice. Then nothing. 15 minutes later, it went off again. This time in sync with the sink turning on full blast. I jumped up, went in. The faucet stopped the moment I stepped over the threshold. The sink was wet. Mirror was fogged up. I hadn't showered. Room still cold. I looked close. There was a handprint, small, delicate, like a child's, or maybe a petite woman's. I wiped it. Fog came back 5 minutes later. Same print, same shape, same angle. I had left my camera recording the whole night. When I checked the footage the next morning, there was a 2-minute gap from 3:29 to 3:31 a.m. It just goes black. Not turned off, just total darkness. And when it comes back, I'm not in the bed. I'm not even in the frame. The room is still. A minute later, I walked back in from the bathroom, eyes half shut like I was sleepwalking or something. Thing is, I don't remember getting up. I don't remember standing in front of the mirror. I don't remember anything between 3:28 and 3:32. Mark checked out that morning without a word. No breakfast, no shower, no conversation at the checkout counter, just dropped the key and left. But here's what really chilled me. A week later, Mark's in another state for work, at a different hotel chain. Front desk clerk hands him his room key, and it's room 209. He doesn't think twice, opens the door, goes in, and there's a foggy stripe down the center of the bathroom mirror. He wipes it away, and underneath, a handprint, same size, same angle as the last hotel he was at. No more cat balls, no more recordings. Mark says he's done with haunted hotels, haunted anything really. He doesn't know what happened in room 209, but he believes something stayed, and now it knows him and it stayed with him, he believes. This next story isn't about ghosts. It didn't come with legends or local folklore. It came from a guy who just needed a quiet place to stay while he passed through town. He didn't believe in the supernatural, and honestly, he still doesn't. But something happened to him at a roadside business hotel just outside Albuquerque. Something still he can't explain. He asked me to just call him Eli. This is what he wrote to me. I travel for work. It's not exciting work. I inspect safety systems and elevators, usually in newer buildings, hotels, commercial towers, that sort of thing. In September, I was assigned to a mid-tier chain hotel just off I-40. Not old, not new, just plain. I checked in around 9 p.m. after a long drive. The guy at the front desk looked exhausted, barely made eye contact. He handed me my card and said, 6th floor, last room on the left. The elevator smelled like cleaning fluid. The carpet on the 6th floor had a rippling bubble in it, like water damage that had dried and warped. My room was standard, 2 lamps, desk, really quiet. But from the second I stepped in, I felt watched. I wasn't creeped out, I was just aware, like I shouldn't talk out loud or something. I unpacked, turned the TV on, and that's when I noticed it. The peephole was taped over, a small square of brown masking tape pressed over it from the inside. I peeled it off, looked through. Hallway looked normal, but I couldn't shake that thought, why tape it from the inside? At 12:24 exactly, I heard something through the wall. It wasn't talking, it was pacing, not fast, just back and forth, same rhythm, same step pressure. I put my ear to the wall, no voice, no TV, just pacing. Then all of a sudden it just stopped. A minute later, a knock, not on my door, on the one next to me. Then silence. Then my door. I stood completely still, didn't breathe. I never answered it. No peephole light, nothing, just a sense that someone was there. You know, I don't believe in the paranormal or anything like that. I just chalked it up to maybe exhaustion, overtired, and I went to bed. It wasn't until 2:16 a.m. I woke up to what sounded like the closet door sliding open. I hadn't used it. I got up. Nothing had moved, but the air felt different, like something had just left the room, that feeling, but I was still alone. I turned all the lights on, sat in the chair by the window, and waited until sunrise. I didn't sleep. 6 a.m., I went to the lobby and asked the front desk who was in the room next to mine. The guy checked the computer and said, "That room's empty. Hasn't been rented out in 3 weeks." I said, "Well, someone was pacing in there all night." He didn't look surprised. He just said, "Yeah, that floor has had complaints. Manager says it's just the old insulation, thin. You can hear the old building creaking and cracking and noises coming from all the rooms." Now here's where it gets stranger. Eli reviewed his elevator inspection notes later that day. He noticed something. The hotel didn't have a 6th floor. Not technically, anyway. The blueprints he had access to only showed 5 floors. But the elevator panel had a 6. The key card said 609. The front desk clearly gave it to him. When he called the hotel later, they claimed there was a glitch in the booking system and offered him a full refund. But he never found the hotel listed on any major travel site again, like it disappeared. Eli's not into ghost stories. He's not sure this was one. But the next night, when he stayed at a different hotel, he put a piece of tape over his peephole. Thanks for listening. If you've ever experienced anything like this, or any other paranormal events, and you'd like a chance for it to be on one of our videos, email it to us at mindcodean@gmail.com. And please be sure to like and subscribe. We really appreciate it, as it does truly help our channel grow, and it's completely free.